Did anyone say to you with Pan's Labyrinth, did anyone come up to you and be like, I showed my kids that movie, they can't sleep, thanks a lot, Doug?
Yeah.
But they loved it.
You know, when they hear fairy tale, they think, oh, let's take the kids.
Right.
And watch a guy get smashed in the face with a bottle.
Right.
Yeah. Or let's watch a woman in labor bleed all over the floor.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's an intense movie. Yeah.
What's it like working with Guillermo? How did Guillermo discover you?
Right.
But Guillermo discovery. Not that you weren't working before then, but what I mean is, how did Guillermo go?
No.
Doug Jones, that's my guy.
We discovered each other on
Really?
on Mimic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is an underrated movie.
Yeah,
I
it
liked
kinda
Mimic,
is.
except for the third act, which we've read the book. Guillermo didn't get his edit he would have liked.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So no, that was his first American studio film.
Right.
His first time. Yeah. So I didn't know who he was. He didn't know who I was when we met each other on that. I was his bug guy for 3 days during their L.A. pickup shooting.
Really?
They did their principal photography up in Toronto, up in Canada, and the actor who played the bug guys up there couldn't work here, didn't have a visa.
Right.
So they're doing pickup shots and like, who do we know? Oh, let's get that Doug Jones. By then I'd known the creature shop people in town, so they referred me. And the second day, I was worked on this for 3 days. My second day, I sat across the lunch table from Guillermo del Toro.
Well, that's great.
And he put his chin in his hands and he said, "Tell me everything you've been in before." I started telling him all the movies and creatures I'd played. Oh, what kind of monster was that? Oh, yeah? And who did the makeup on that? Oh, is he a nice guy? Yeah. And
Is he a nice guy?
He's
Guillermo
doing
asked.
scouting.
no,
Guillermo's
that's just
scouting.
it. That's just it. He wanted to know what kind of people were these. Like,
That's
and
great.
I had done Hocus Pocus by then, and he said, "Oh, that was Tony Gardner, right?" Yes, it was Tony Gardner. Is he nice as he seems? Yeah, is he? But yes, he was. We're still friends to this day. Oh, that's good to hear.
Are you better friends with Tony than Bette Midler?
I love Bet. I love
Do you?
Bet. I did,
Everyone says they love
I
Bette,
did,
and
I
then you
did.
hear shit in the news that's like Bette's an ass.
She was great in
No.
Mimic. Come on.
No,
You know who's great in Hocus Pocus? You know who's got to be a great girl is Kathy Najimy.
Kathy Najimy is
Right?
a dream
She's
to
the
work
best,
with.
right?
Yes, and
Okay.
she's hilarious
Okay, yeah,
on
right.
and off camera.
She's great.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But anyway, but Guillermo, we connected on this monster level. You know,
There's some great actors in the first Mimic too. Did you get to meet
Mira
like Josh
Sorvino
Brolin
and
and Mira Sorvino? Giancarlo
Jeremy Northam.
Giannini is one of my favorite actors ever.
Yeah,
ever.
I
Really?
Yeah, I love him.
Why am I just hearing about this for the first time?
I never told you that before?
No.
Oh, you
man,
kids
I
need to
love
work
him.
this out.
Oh,
Should
yeah.
I step aside?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Come on, he's the greatest Italian actor of all time. I would think.
Okay.
From Italy.
All
From
right.
Italy. Who's better?
Marcello.
No.
Marcello Mastroianni's not better?
No. And your boyfriend's in Mimic, F. Murray Abraham. You do your F. Murray impression all the time.
Yeah, well.
It's a good one.
Yeah, right.
Slightly offensive.
Slightly offensive, yes, but he's. Hey, man, he's.
So you guys meet on Mimic,
We did.
and then how does he remember you then for Hellboy? How does that happen?
5
years. Right.
later. 5 years later. What happened was it was the Creature Effects makeup team that had worked with me. All the Creature Effects people in town know me by now, by 2002.
Okay.
And so they sculpted a maquette of Abe Sapien for the first Hellboy movie. Guillermo comes in to approve this new design. And legend has it when he saw the maquette, the statue that was going to be the dimensions of Abe Sapien, legend has it that he fell to his knees and said, "Oh, I am so fat."
By the way, Doug's Guillermo del Toro impression I can listen to for hours at a time. Hours at a time.
Thank you.
So he falls to his knees, says how fat he is.
Yeah,
Poor
and,
Guillermo.
right, and then that's what brought the discussion of this long, lean statue they're looking at. So Steve Wang, who designed this movie character off of Mike Mignola's artwork, and
oh wow, what a great artist!
Oh my gosh! And then Mike Elizalde, who ran the Spectral Motion Creature Shop, and Jose Fernandez, who actually did the sculpting.
All
of
really
the piece.
talented guys.
All talented guys,
Yeah.
and they'd all worked with me before, and they all conferred. You know who's perfect to play this role, Guillermo, would be Doug Jones. That's when Guillermo said, "Doug Jones, I know Doug Jones. He saved my ass one night." So what he was referring to was a night on Mimic. They were the producers. My third day of working on Mimic wasn't supposed to happen because the producers tried to get me, and they wanted me to come back as an extra, like to do an extras voucher. I've already been. What you want to lower my rate now?
You've been working as a day player every day.
Yeah.
We need you to walk by in a crowd.
Well,
listen, Harvey called. We need to cut the budget about $750.
Right. Seriously, it was that important, really, to insult me. So I passed, and what happened was they did get an extra from an extras agency to come, put on the bug suit, and walk on a treadmill. That's all he had to do was walk on a treadmill in front of a green screen. They were going to do something with that later. thank heaven they found the one extra in L.A. that didn't know how to walk on a treadmill. Right? Yeah. No.
I go to the gym every night. They all know how to walk on the treadmill.
No, who doesn't know?
Yeah, right.
Right. So then I get this desperate phone call.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, no, I know. It's after dark. It was a night shoot at downtown L.A. outdoors with the green screen. I don't know why, but so I get this desperate phone call about midnight. Doug, okay, this is a producer so and so again. I know we discussed this before. Can you come down now? We'll pay you whatever. Please get down here. So I went down. They wrapped him for the night. Didn't let him know why they were wrapping him.
Yeah, right.
And then
he's like, "Oh, that was good. I'm good. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Good night, you guys. Can't wait for the movie to come out. Yeah,
aced it.
Right. Get me in there now. So I had no idea what had happened. I just thought like they changed their minds, and I didn't know all this backstory. I get on the treadmill in the full makeup and action. Walk. How hard is this? Right. And I'm put a little bug behind it, and Guillermo yells, "Cut!" And then the crew bursts out in applause. Guillermo lifts his hands to the sky and he says, "Thank you, God." And I was like, what the frick? I walked on a treadmill. So he refers to that as the night I saved his ass.
Oh.
Yeah, so
wow.
he remembered me 5 years later. Yeah.
I knew I liked him. Is one of those things. I knew I liked him when I was watching the commentary track for Blade 2, which is the best of the Blade movies.
He gives great commentary, by the way.
Yes, they're great. And he's just like, yeah, this bordello is in England. We're going to call it Fuckingham Palace. And I knew it was like, I like this director. I know I like this director.
I just know Carnahan's told me numerous times, Joe Carnahan, he's told me numerous times he's like the nicest guy ever. He loves him.
Everyone asks me what's it like to work with Guillermo del Toro, and I will tell you, you are in the presence of a genius, no question about it. And to be in that kind of royalty, you're in awe. But he is so disarming because he's like your best friend from college at the same time. And he's a geeky fanboy. He's a fanboy first. Yeah. So he knows what to make for the fanboys because he is one. That's why he makes such great movies that give you a geekgasm.